Hi, I'm Beckett from Courtside Sports, and today we're previewing the Head G360 Plus Extreme line. Later this summer, Head is going to be updating their Extremes to the new G360 Plus technology. The line changes a little bit, so we get the addition of a PWR racket, which upon closer inspection looks to be the exact same as last year's G360 Instinct mold. So players who used to play with the Instinct should feel a very nice transition into the Extreme PWR. We've got the Team, the S, the MP, and now instead of having the Extreme Pro as we had in the G360, we now have the brand new G360 Plus Extreme Tour. The Head Extreme G360 Plus Tour is an all-new mold to the Extreme line. The beam is thinner than before, so we're going to a 22 by 23 by 21 millimeter cross section. The weight is in that 305, it's a 98 square inch head, so you're going to be looking at a much more control-oriented Extreme than the ones past. The swing weight, we measured this one strung at 319, and the strung flex was 65. So I had a chance to test out the Tour in this super cool blacked out prototype paint, and I was incredibly impressed. Alright, so let's go over our 5 categories that we score rackets by. So once again, these scores really translate to every single shot. So our first category is power. Now this racket scores a very solid 7 out of 10 for power. I thought it was super manageable, yet almost always accessible. No matter where I was on the court, I felt like I was getting pretty solid power benefits out of this racket. Something I wish I had more of to create more power would be a little bit higher swing weight. So the racket we measured strung had a swing weight of 319, and I think for a racket that's called Tour, it's a little bit low, and I would have liked to see the specs closer to 325 or 330 strung swing weight. Our next category is spin. So I was blown way off the court by this racket in terms of spin. Full on 10 out of 10 for spin. I felt like I could really get super knifing slices, super top spinny balls kicking way off the court. So a lot of rackets only do one of the following well. They have great slices or they have great top spin. This does both with incredible consistency, feel, and a number of RPMs. So I could really knife my slices fearlessly, put them deep, cut them short and angled. My top spin balls were super heavy. I could pull my opponent off the court with short curling angles or really push them back with high deep balls to the backhand. In terms of spin, I just think there's almost no racket that really can manage both top spin and slice better than this racket, and that's why it received such a high score. Other rackets, like when Wilson had their S line, they didn't feel predictable for slices, and then rackets that are great on slice, like the 1820 V-Core Pro 97 HD, that it's really hard for me to get good looping topspin balls. So that's why here we're getting full 10 out of 10. So for stability, it scores a 7. Pretty solid again. It didn't blow me out of the water. There are definitely more stable rackets in this rackets category. So the unstrung weight's 305, 98 square inch head. But it does the job, but you don't really feel like you're getting super pushed around even against bigger hitters. But it's hard to redirect pace hard. So that's why it doesn't get full marks in terms of stability. I think extra static weight would have really helped. So it's a Tour name racket. I could have be happy to see this towards the 315 gram unstrung weight rather than 305. I think that would have been totally fine, but if Head wants to market this more as a platform racket, I think it's great that way too. I like having room to customize and make it my own. Alright, so finally we have control. Again, a very solid 7 out of 10. There were times or sometimes I felt like I overhit a little bit because it is more powerful than some other rackets that I play with, but it's no slouch. I definitely felt pretty in command pretty quickly, and it was really easy to pick up and play with. It's not like beast of 100 square inch racket like the previous Extreme Pro, where I couldn't control a full swing at all. You can definitely take big cuts and be successful being aggressive and commanding the court. Extreme Tour. Alright, so feel is the thing that really surprised me the most out of this racket. The last model of Extreme, the G360, that was all the neon yellow. I did the Extreme Pro review last week. I really gave that racket such low scores because it just felt tinny and hollow, and the vibrations weren't something I was in tune with. The G360 Plus, as with every other update, has really been super successful, muted enough that you don't get distracted by vibrations, but I think you get a great connected feel with this racket, and I was just super happy. So 8 out of 10 for feel, and not too much more to be desired. Now I did add lead tape to this racket after testing it for a couple of hours. I wanted to see what it would be like if it had that swing weight of 330, 336 is actually what it went up to. And spin was just enhanced, power was enhanced, stability was enhanced. So if you're looking for a solid platform racket, you can unlock a lot of potential by adding just a little bit of weight. If you have any questions about the new Extremes or anything else, don't hesitate to leave a comment. Remember to subscribe for more regular content from us at Courtside Sports. Follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, we'd really appreciate it. That's it for today. I'm Beckett, and we'll see you next time.